So we've finally got the project home. Tom will go and grab the back, or we can grab that. This is our truck-based build that we're starting with. It's a 2001 Isuzu FRR 550 body, and as you can see, it used to be a fire truck. We've taken up squatters' rights in my parents' backyard while we do the build, and I think our plan is 6 to 8 weeks depending on delivery of things, because we are in sort of rural Queensland at the moment. Tailgate lift, which will be probably getting altered, but it's a good base point, and literally just a nice big blank slate, 6 metres long, 2.4 wide, 2.2 high for us to start from. 149,000 on the clock, so very tidy little truck, and being RFS, it's always been shedded and well maintained. But yep, this is our base, and stay tuned and we try to turn it into our next tiny home on wheels. First Bunnings trip for the new truck build. Just a little fact finding mission to get some tape and markers to mark out some layouts, and maybe look at some paint samples, flooring, and flooring. Just a little fact finding mission first off today. Thank God for Bunnings. Did you find decking boards?
And as far as general aesthetic, this is kind of what I have in my mind. I'm going to call it industrial farmhouse, black and raw timber, and maybe some pops of rusty orange, brass or copper fittings. Super simple, but this is kind of the mood I've got in my mind when I start building. And then it was time to tape out our layouts on the floor. We've been using the Caboodle 3D builder from the Bunnings website, which we also used to design the bus. And this we felt really helpful because you don't want to get your layout wrong. It's expensive if you get your layout wrong. So Tom and I both had done designs on the computer, and then we taped them out in the truck to see if we could find one that worked.
That's bigger than the space we currently have in the bus. Go down this side, fridge, desk drawer, desk space, and a couch that will pull out into a single bed. And then back on the driver's side, again, the shower area, there's the washing machine, sink, 900mm drawer, oven, 600mm drawer, and then I'll go as many overheads right around as we can. Max.
There you go. Hello. Yeah. This is my squishy. Hello. Can we see it? Can we see it? We want to see it. Oh yeah, let's do it.
Now we've got Tom doing his layout. Did you have it on your phone? I have it on my phone.
Plastic hose.
Okay. It's not grey ripple hose.
It is not ripple hose, it is plastic hose.
So there, Tom.
Yeah. Now she'll go and climb under there and record it.
I will.
And go, what is this? Come out here, what is this? Yeah. Who is right? Say I'm right, bitch. That's what you say. Say I'm right.
So I think we're coming to the end of day one of our build.
We need some more yellow tape.
We need lots more tape because we're still
Yellow tape.
arguing. Yellow tape, you're green, mate. We're still arguing over the floor plan, but I think we're getting closer. And I'll just jump on the Caboodle app and do a re-layout and pull all this tape up and have the argument again tomorrow. We also looked at some paint colours and samples and timber types and things today, so we sort of have a bit of an order. Once we get this layout done, we should be getting close to sort of really getting on to something.
And at the end of day one, this is the layout that we're thinking. Queen bed across the head, and then bathroom, fridge, day bed on the passenger side, washing machine, sink, cupboards, cooker, and desk on the driver's side. But we'll see how that goes tomorrow when we remap it out.
Outside day one, the plan is currently 200 litre fresh water tank, grey water tank, 4x200 amp hour lithium batteries, inverter, come around the front of the big red fire truck, Clifford I think I'm going to call it.
No, you're not.
On this side, we've got to get a generator in, we've got to get 2 gas tanks in, they might have to go there, and then another 200 litre fresh water tank at the back. So we should have 400 litres of fresh, 100 grey, 4x200 amp hour lithium batteries, a giant inverter, Tom's sexy butt under there, gas bottles. I think we're getting a bit closer to the outside layout. The first layout we had didn't work because the sink was falling directly over the axle. So that was not ideal. We'll go from there, see what day 2 brings. Might be a 100-day build at the rate we're going. It's day 2 on our truck build this morning, and I don't think we're any clearer to deciding a layout. We actually just let Max and Miley, my niece and nephew, on the software this morning and let them design some software. They came up with a design that had a PlayStation 5, 2 seats and a dog bed and a toilet. They thought that was a great idea, so maybe we just need to get our priorities right. I think it might be close. It might be a little bit closer. We'll just do the day, but today I'm just going to pull some stuff out so I feel like I've actually achieved something. Start stripping out, start cleaning up, start preparing. I've also been on to Bunnings, sorted out our PowerPass account, and started shortlisting some flooring and bits and pieces for that as well, because flooring will be the next thing that has to go in. Soon as we get this layout, water, solar sorted, and then it'll be flooring from there. There you go. Now you can jump back up and see if you can get them ones up there. Or... that way. And if you get a screw out, put it in that basket over there so it doesn't go on Pop's ground. You're winning. So push a little bit in. I'll see if I can get started. Oh, that one is hard. Let's get it started. I'll see if I can get. You hold this black one here for me. I'll see if I can get these started for you.
Well, I did get a bit started.
You gotta get started. Pretty big muscles to get these out, don't we? And we've got to try to get this sticky stuff off if you want to have another go. If you want to go at that. Whatever you want to help.
I'll try and get the sticky stuff off. This stuff.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Like, lucky I guess someone to help me.
Try not to scratch the sheets too much. That's alright if you scratch it a little bit.
Don't keep your hooks off, Cam.
I've got some of them, those two are hard.
No?
Those two are hard. Okay, so job 1 on the strip out is we're taking all these little key tracks out so that the wall is nice and flush. We're going to leave the steel there. Hopefully that'll be a mounting plate. Tom is working on the old wiring. Max and Miley are operating the lift for us today. And we've got Pop up here helping. It's all hands on deck. Clearing it out. At least we feel like we've achieved something for the day, even if we're still arguing over the layout. Angled grinder with a flat disc to make all the rivets We've taken out now, all nice and smooth, both sides of the truck. Just getting close to having a clean slate. We've got to take those bars up there out, that's probably next. And then I think we're pulling this old window rattler out as well. And then we're back to a clean slate. Wiring on the roof of the cab. That must be where they had lights and sirens up there. Did you just crack the roof? Please don't fall through the ceiling of our new house. Does it?
That's what's leaking there. It's missing that hole. That's peeled up. That's what.
Okay, end of day 2, and as you can see visually not a huge difference. We have taken the key locks out of the side and grinded off all the rivets. That was quite a time consuming job. Just tidied up the cab, like got all the sticky tape and stickers and bits and pieces off all the walls in here. Everything had some kind of like Velcro sticker 3M stuff on it. Tom's taken out a heap of the redundant wiring that went to like the fire and rescue lights and sirens, etc. So he's just cleaning up all the old wiring, grinding everything back nice and flat, and then a bit more planning on the layout. So we're just thinking maybe the batteries are going to come into a box here, and then the inverter will be on the wall outside. We did test the old window rattler today. She runs, so I guess she'll stay, but tidy that up somehow. Yeah, so a lot of planning, looking at gas points and hot water systems and where all those things are going to fit. Give it a good blowout and a tidy up. Made a few plans about flooring and thinking we might just prep this space and spray paint the whole lot before we do any more, and then the walls are sort of all done. Still got to get these bars out, but the screws and the bolts go right through there, so thinking now we'll just cut these bars off with the angle grinder and leave that plate up there, since taking it out is going to make holes right through the Pantech. So it's just lots of little things like that today. Doesn't seem like we've achieved much, but we really haven't stopped for most of the day. But that's how these bus builds tend to go. Day 3 truck build today, and we are taking the big girl hopefully to get over the weighbridge to see how much weight we've got to work with, and off to Bunnings to pick up a few bits and pieces. I just got to get around Mum and Dad's backyard now. We just went to the tip to get the bus, the truck weighed. I really got to stop calling it the bus. Clear. And it was a bit of a bust because we got there and the weighbridge is being calibrated, so we can't use it at the moment. It might be a couple of hours, so I guess we'll do a Bunnings run and then see where we're at from there. $16. So as a backup, we've just gone to the local grain place, Simplicity Seeds, or Horizon Commodities. You cleared my way now. Cleared. And they've just weighed us, and we weigh 5.44 tonnes with Tom on board and the battery sitting in the back and the tail lift's still on. So we've got plenty of weight to play with, and they charged us a whopping $16.50. So that was great. I think we're off to Hayman Reese to look at electrical next. Change of plans. Tom decided we're going to Hayman later, and he just drove past the turn up to Bunnings. So now we're going out to a wrecker, local wrecker, to see if they have any bull bars, tow bars, underbelly tanks, things we might be able to use for the build. And our second trip to Bunnings in nearly as many days. So I feel like we've spent half the day kicking around, kicking tyres and achieving nothing, but we did get a spare tyre and a rim from the Smash wreckers, so that's something. One thing it was missing. That's one thing off the list.
And then for the afternoon, Tom just finished stripping out bits and pieces, cutting the bars out and the last lot of wiring for the lights and things, and I got in and slashed up all the little holes and divots around and just getting things taped up and ready for paint.
She's officially stripped out and I have washed the walls, and as a fire truck it was full of black soot, but the walls are now cleaned and prepped for painting. So hopefully today I'll get some taping up done, and then I probably won't get anything done tomorrow. I've got a pretty busy day, and then after that, painting, I think. It's only 3:30, but calling it quits for the day. There's not much point going any further now for the day. I have all the walls sanded, everything's taped up, all the little rivet holes and things have been filled, gap filled and puttied. So we're now just up to priming. I've got a day out with the family tomorrow planned, and then we'll get into that most likely on Thursday. Okay, we are day 4 of our truck build, and I'm just going to finish taping up this morning, and then I think we're going to spray some primer about and maybe some top coat. We're just chasing floorboards now because that's the next thing that goes down, and we're hoping to put like solid wood, maybe spotted gum boards, but we've got to find some, which is proving a little bit difficult.
I'm probably a little pedantic, but I do believe in a clean work site, and spraying out every morning and blowing out and then tidying up each afternoon is one of them I require.
This is the primer we've been recommended for the fiberglass and aluminium. So I'm going to mix that up and get some spray on. All the aluminium and gallon fiberglass in here has now been primed. Just waiting for that to dry. I sprayed it, that's why I didn't film it, because I didn't want spray all in my camera.
Show a photo of your nose.
Show a photo of my nose. I'll have a look. I haven't had a look yet. It's not that bad, is it? A few extra greys going on there from the overspray. I can't see anything up my nose. But the truck, it didn't have a spare wheel or the nut thing to do it up, or a jack or anything. I still haven't got a jack, but Tom's patent pended this out of a socket, so we'll see if it works. You get it in there? There you go, spare tyre winch with the good old Kita rattle gun. That's a bit handy. Just don't lose your socket now.
Yeah, you got to cut a socket up.
And then it was time to get on to painting my first coat of my wall colour. And I can tell you, when I said paint it black, I've been getting some weird looks. But look, the Rolling Stones were all down with painting it black, and so am I.
There you go. For your black hole and black soul.
Beer for my black hole and black soul. So lots of people have been asking what colour I'm going to paint in here. And I think because I love my white bus, everyone assumed it was going to be white. And then I said it's going to be black like my little heathen heart, and people were pretty doubtful, and right now they might be right, but here is my black hole, as Tom calls it. One fully black inside Pantech. One thing it does do well is frame the view. Second coat on tomorrow, and then it's onto the flooring from there, I think. But today is day 5, I think, so 5 days in. We're almost done painting. But it's beer o'clock and we'll be back into it all again tomorrow. Good morning. We are, I think it's day 5 of our truck build. I'm actually losing count. I was awake till like 2:30 in the morning thinking of ideas and things for the truck. I've got to that stage now. But this morning, first priority for me is to put the second coat on what is now known as Candy's Big Black Box. And then I think Tom's going to get some Apple CarPlay units and things. But there's the big black box, get my second coat up on that. Oh, it's a little bit damp this morning. And go from there. And then tomorrow we're off on a bit of a trip. We've got to take Ali back to the Brisbane airport. So on the way, we'll be picking up a toolbox for the batteries, solar panels, some water tanks, and some beautiful spotted gum for the flooring and bench tops. So that'll be tomorrow, but today, first priority, the continuation of painting the big black box. So the big black box has officially had its second coat of paint. I'll spin the camera around. She is black like my little pagan heart, and I like it. I think there's a Rolling Stones song about painting things black. That must be what I'm channeling. Around the front, I think Tom's doing some work on the CarPlay, Apple CarPlay kit, so let's go check that out. Won't let you use. Well, there's no Wi-Fi either. Is there? It's the phone services down.
That's working, but that's as loud as it goes. But
that's loud enough, isn't it?
you can't. See, like these are the only 2 bits that hold it.
Oh, and there goes something else I just heard go down there.
I just think I'll have to put a couple in that plastic. See if this is long enough. What are you doing?
Taping her, because you were just swearing at people. Swearing at the dash. You should get in there, you cunt. Oh, look at that.
Right.
You didn't grab.
Go in for it.
You missed. It's day 6 of our truck build. I think we're up to day 6 anyway, and we are up before the sun. To head to Toowoomba to get some supplies, and then drop Ali back to the airport, send her back to Canberra in the cold. We are getting a CarPlay system going. Roughly Hayside. Off to Toowoomba, water tanks, toolboxes, solar panels, drop Ali at the airport, and then up to the Sunshine Coast to get some timber is hopefully the plan for the day.
First stop was Trade Tools Toowoomba, where we went to buy one toolbox to put the batteries in and bought a second toolbox to actually put tools in as well while we were there. And then it was Toowoomba Plastics for 2 fresh water tanks and a grey water tank, and Forbes Electrical for the solar panels and fittings. All 3 of the businesses, I couldn't fault. They were excellent with their knowledge and they were helpful and they weren't pushy salesmen, but huge shout out to those 3 companies. They did an excellent job. And then it was off down the range to take Ali to Brisbane Airport and send her back to Canberra. After dropping Ali to the airport, which we actually did hassle-free in the truck, it's very tempting not to tow something and just drive that based on how easy it was to get through Toowoomba and Brisbane just in the truck instead of a bus towing. It was time to head north to Yandina on the Sunshine Coast to buy some spotted gum flooring. I did forget to video that because we were busy trying to shuffle it into a Pantech with a forklift, but that's where we were headed. And then back west across the range to Dalby. We did stop for some fuel on the way, 598 kilometres, and we got the fuel at a good price, $1.61 a litre. So we are travelling at about 21 litres per 100 at the moment. Excellent. I'm pretty happy with that, considering it's been nearly all hill work and Tom hasn't driven it very leniently. He's been given it a good testing. And if I could say I miss one thing about Dalby, it is probably the sunsets and sunrises over the flats, but that's about it.
day 7 of our truck build. We spent all day yesterday driving around picking up supplies. Today we got to unpack those supplies and maybe make a start on some flooring and solar panels and other things, bits and pieces we got going on. I'll sit down and run through a bit of the spend so far. We did spend lots of dollary-doos yesterday, but I will try to sit down with some figures and see where we're at on the budget. I was hoping to do the whole build for 15 grand. It's probably going to be more like 20, but we'll see how we go. And here's all our goodies that we got yesterday. We got tanks and toolboxes, and this is all my flooring and benchtop timber. Big old solar panels down the back there. But yeah, I've got to hand unload all this. It was nice to put in with forklifts yesterday, but let's see how we go.
First job was to hand unload all that timber, which I sorted through as I went and sort of picked out the bits I wanted for flooring and benches and shelves and kickboards. So I sort of sorted it and graded it as we went along.
Oh, I've probably been screwing aluminium or something with it.
That's a good looking drill bit.
Aluminium's pretty rough on it.
Aluminium's easy enough to drill.
Yeah, but it screws the drill bit. Makes a mess of your drills bit.
3.5. What size would those be? This drill bit.
It's too big though, isn't it?
A big black box with timber flooring. Lunch break day 7, and we've got this much flooring done. And that much more to go. You got a piece of wood. Everyone's been playing with wood all day except her. Okay, coming to the end of day 7 and the end of our first week. We've got Dad and Mum on the party crew giving us a hand. Big helps today, getting everything done. Bit of knowledge goes a long way rather than winging it like Tom and I usually do.
Elder abuse.
Elder abuse. But there she is. That is our spotted gum floor down. Sand and polish tomorrow, probably.
Is that what we're doing tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't you take
Okie doke, I got the specs on, so that must mean it is time to have a look at some figures. Now, we've just finished 7 days on the bus build, but we have brought a lot of the bigger ticket items that are going in. The budget ideally is 15 grand. I think it's going to be closer to 20, because we don't want to skimp and cut corners. We want to do it right, and we just want to do it once. So I think it'll be closer to 20, but I'd be really happy if we get in at 15. I just can't see it happening. So to date, I'll just read your list. The 20 grand obviously doesn't include the purchase of the truck. We paid $30,250 for a 2001 Isuzu FRR 550 with a 6-meter Pantech. We did pay over sort of going price because it only had 143,000 Ks on the clock. That come with a full service and a 6 months Queensland Rego put on it as a truck. On top of that, we've spent, for the power, we've spent $596 on 4x440 watt solar panels, $1,998 on 4x200 amp hour lithium batteries. We've spent $226.36 on solar connectors and batteries and wiring. We've spent $500 on a second-hand inverter, which is a 5,000 watt with a built-in MPPT, so hopefully that works. We've spent $349 on a battery box to put the batteries in, and $289 on miscellaneous fittings, crimping ends and crimping tool and stuff for the power. We've also spent $164 on power points for inside the truck. On the exterior, I've ordered The interior rear doors, which were $548, and we ordered a $279 toolbox for Tom's shit to go in. On the water system, we've got the grey water tank. We bought a $150 grey water tank and two 200-litre freshwater tanks at $563.64. We've also ordered the hot gas instant hot water system. We saw it on sale, so it was $698.28, so we jumped on that as well. Interior fit out, we haven't got a lot of that done. I spent $230.40 on framing timber, $800 on the flooring, and $224.24 on paint and timber to date. Paint and timber stain, I should say. The bathroom, the only thing I've ordered there is the shower tray, $200 for that. That's a 1200 by 900 preform one. Haven't done anything on heating or cooling as yet, but it does have an air conditioner already in the Pantech, so it works. It does get cold, so we'll probably just keep that. Cabinetry, I've ordered the timber for the bench tops. That's $600, and I'm going to use the same spotted gum as we used on the floor, hopefully. I will also use that spotted gum for all the kickboards around and trim, so another $200 for spotted gum for that. Haven't ordered anything for my kitchen yet, or my office, or for storage, or for the bedrooms of any type. No styling and entertainment as such done yet. I've spent $29.60 on masking tape, $67.95 on screws and fasteners, and outside of that we've spent $165 on a spare tyre, $25 on a cab speaker for the truck, $5 for a spare key because we didn't have one, $16.50 to get it weighed, the truck weighed, $149 for an Apple CarPlay unit, and $260.71 for freight and delivery charges, including their fuel to do our Brisbane run this week. So total spend $39,584.68 including the truck. So $9,334.68 on the build cost to date. And I think that's about it. Like I said, I ideally love 15, but I think we've got more than 6 to spend. So there's still a bit there on the list. Washing machines, fridges, all that stuff adds up. Pretty quick splashbacks. So we'll see how we go, but we have ticked off a lot of the big ticket items. So let's aim for 15, but probably realistic 20 grand fit out, I'd say.